What's going on, guys? And today we have another awesome Power Rangers Zord review, and this is of course the new Legacy Falconzord. And you guys have seen this already in a couple other reviews of mine, but I haven't actually gone over it itself. Just showing, basically trying to fix the legacy problems, and also you've seen it sort of when I compared the Ninja Megazord to the old school Shogun Mega Falconzord. But I figured this go around, may as well actually review this guy. I honestly don't remember. I think I got this before I got my black and gold Dragon Zord, which you guys have already seen. I got one before the other, and I got them in the same couple weeks, so I honestly can't remember which one I got first. Oh well, it is what it is. This guy is awesome, and of course you guys know it's at a fairly reasonable price. What, about $60 thereabouts? And for the new updatedness of it, this guy is actually really cool, and should still pretty much be available everywhere. They did make quite a few of these. Now, of course, this one, because I guess they wanted to keep it as legacy as possible, they went with the movie design of the box art. So you still get the original movie logo here, you get the power bolts in the background, you get the movie style label down here. Of course, you get the legacy added there. But I figured, since I have this guy here, I may as well compare it to the original. Oi! There it goes. And you can see they got very, very, very close. Of course, the original is a much larger thing. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, for the most part, it is what it is. I don't even gonna bother showing you the back of the box. We're just gonna go ahead and get to the actual review of this guy. Whoa. Alright guys, here we have the Legacy Falconzord out of its box. And looking, well, pretty friggin' awesome. Like, I've already kind of looked at it in other videos, more or less, but this thing is just beautiful. Like, they nailed it. I mean, as Zords go, the Falconzord is pretty simple. You basically got to have wings, and basically that's all it. So they can't really screw it up too bad. But they nailed it on the paint. They nailed it on the details for certain things, like the little chest emblem. That's awesome how they got that done. And in comparison to the original Falconzord, it's got some really good details that one was even lacking, or this one just does better. So let's go ahead and take a look at it up close. You do get the great Falcon sculpted head here, and I love that they did this kind of darker silver around the edge and the back of the head here. And of course you get the little bitty red eye inside the silver like eyelet, but then you get these little great details here on these little vents right there. Of course you get the great painted beak there, and you can in fact open the mouth. It's a little hard, that it doesn't have a very pronounced tab there. And once again, if I can find the sound effect, we'll go ahead and throw it in there. Okay, I will say that mouth is actually kind of hard to articulate, but it works. And you do get a really solid ratchet there. And of course you come down here and you get the chest right there, nice golden band around here. But unlike the original one, there's not a black around here, and this entire part here is not black, which in the case of a jet would probably be a very large intake. And since this thing is essentially basically a plane, it should have that. Of course, like I said, right here you got the great golden medallion, and you guys know that I took this thing apart, and there's actually a magnet on the inside of that golden medallion to help it tab onto the back of the Ninja Zord. Come down to the legs, just like the original. You got some good ratchets, not quite as heavy, a little bit softer, and maybe actually a little, it feels almost slightly spring-loaded, but that's pretty good. One thing that's brand new on here, die-cast feet, and instead of course the chrome, you get some great paint on there. But one thing they added was these front claws are now articulate, and that is actually really cool. You can actually get it kind of gripping something like a real bird. Of course, you do get the ankle there, and the rear claw does move as well. So that is actually really neat. Of course, replacing stickers with great new paint. That's kind of the motif of the Legacy line. If it had a sticker before, it's painted now, and that's a good thing. I mean, even over here. So you get this gold band here and this green sticker here, which they didn't even have to put on there. It's on the underside of the wing, but they do it for detail's sake. And I love this kind of gunmetal-ish silver here on the wings. And unlike the original, you do get a gap. That's actually pretty cool. And then down here, you get, of course, you get the same color on the bottom of the feathered wings there. And unlike the original, these are not translucent anymore. They're just, red plastic. Though if they were translucent, people would probably be tempted to, I don't know, add lights and sounds. I'm still saying, if you guys are out there and you guys are skilled builders of like 3D models and stuff, somebody needs to make a new adapter for these wings that has the lights and sounds. This thing has plenty of room in it for an Arduino unit, and you can easily wire it up. It's pretty much hollow. So I think somebody out there will make a version that can do lights and sounds. First, come to the back. We get rid of the gold chrome from before. Hold on. I'm going to get this guy to sit here so I don't have to hold him. Come on. Get there. Okay. He doesn't want to sit evenly. There we go. Mostly. Oh, come on, Falconzord. There we go. So, instead of the stickers and the gold chrome, you get just the great gold paint across all here. And, of course, they make it fit way better than they did before. And I like it. And this is actually grooved. There's actually panel lines right here. It's not just flat. I do love that. They add texture where there should be, and that's great. And the same thing on the tail. Should be stickers from back in the day. Great paint nowadays. Now, there's one big problem with the tail. It pops off really freaking easy. Now, I don't know if that's just mine. I mean, you can see in here, it's just a hole where the tab goes. And for some reason, it just doesn't want to go in there. I don't know why. I mean, this side is what it is. Mine just wants to pop off. I don't know if everybody does that. I mean, that's in there, but look, it won't even sit flush anymore. I don't know if that's because I took it apart and it just won't sit in the right spot anymore or what. I don't think I had that problem, but I really didn't mess with it before until I really got the Ninja Megazord. So, it is what it is. Go ahead and tilt these down like that, so now he's in flight mode. Yay! And of course, this guy does have articulation, just like his predecessor. The wings do fold up, like so, and they do fold forward on a much harder... there we go. And of course, you guys see the new secret of this guy. It does actually get some extra wing articulation down here, like a bird would have. Now, the scary part is it's on a really heavy ratchet on very small plastic, so that is really scary. And the cool thing is, they do just clip in and extend like that. So you can actually get it in some bird-like poses, like so, like the wings actually fold up like that. That is pretty cool. And actually, you have to attach these when you first get it out of the box. You just kind of forcibly snap them in place, and they're good to go. Now let's go ahead and bring in the original Falconzord for comparison. And you guys can see just how yellowed my old one is. It's not terrible, but it's not perfectly clean and white. And this is probably a different white altogether. But you can see there the difference in the gold chrome versus the amazing new Bandai gold paint. That's just great. And actually, you can see here on the head, there's a couple differences. That crest down the middle, it's a sticker on this one, of course, but this one actually gives you a nice gold band around it. That's actually pretty neat. And you can see there the differences in the detail work. But here's what I'll talk about with the chest. This one I actually think looks better with it fully colored in with the black, and then this one just has only that one spot. I think it would look a little bit better on the Legacy if they did that and just got a little bit better. The funny thing is, despite the size difference, you can see that the head is probably about maybe a 10% smaller. The actual size of the figure is almost the same. I mean, the wingspan is close to being the same, which means either this one's smaller on the wings or this one's bigger on the wings. Can't really even hold it far enough away to get both in the same shot. But here they are, pretty much tail, nose, nose. Actually, the Legacy is longer, so the tail is actually longer on it. But you can see there, the wingspan is virtually the same, maybe off by 1/4 of an inch. So that's pretty cool that even on the Legacy line, they gave it sizable enough everything. Like the body is a little bit bigger, the wings are longer, the tail is longer. It's just beautiful, guys. And of course, like I said, the chrome versus the gold paint is what it is, and it's just great. But of course, this guy, the new one, lacks what this one has in the chest with the pegs for combine mode. And everybody knows that's terrible. It just is. Now, there's one thing about this guy. You do see he does have a peg here and a flip up connector port here that will obviously be for the Shogun Megazord. And it does have the same thing going on back here. So it does have the recesses and the clips for the Shogun mode, but you can tell very, very different connector ports. So we'll see. So obviously they planned on the Shogun Megazord coming. They just haven't gotten there yet. Set the old guy off to the side here. And of course we will bring in the Ninja Megazord, who is now too tall for everything. Come on, get in there. Sorry, tripod problems, guys. And you guys already know what's going to happen here. So we've got the really dumb tabs here. And of course, you see the magnet I added there. We all know how it works. You just slide Falconzord up the grooves, and it doesn't work. Did I miss? Oh, yep, I missed. Now, the funny thing is, it works better if it goes into the screw holes than into the actual connector ports. So, and then you just, at least with the sake of mine, you line that up and get it to peg in there. And there you go, of course, with the Ninja Mega Falconzord. This guy is beautiful. You guys know this. It does have its problems, but it is what it is. So that's going to be it for the Legacy Shogun. That's it for the Legacy Falconzord. I do love this guy. I love my original, but this is just going to replace it. It just is. The classic is great, but I'm going to bring this up just real quick. This is a $60 toy. It is slightly smaller. Does come with better details, mind you, but it's triple the price of its predecessor. So the original Falconzord, you guys saw the price tag in my review, $20 brand new. This guy's $60. In 20 years of evolution, the only difference we've gotten is this. These new extending wings. Everything else is exactly the same. They could have painted the original and it would have been better. But for something newer, with barely any advances in technology at all in the actual build process, it's 3 times the price. Is that just inflation, or is that Bandai just trying to rip us? Because this guy was $100 roundabouts, or somewhere in there, 190, whatever. The original was probably in the $60 range, and in many ways, worse, but in ways that matter, better. This guy's got better details. It has die-cast. Yay. But we'll talk about that more in this guy's review. I know I've showed it off twice now, and I have not reviewed it yet, but I'm working backwards. It is what it is. All right, guys. So that's it for this review. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Check out all of the other Power Rangers Legacy reviews and everything else like that. There will be a link in the description down below. Yay. And you guys have an awesome, awesome day. And remember to always keep on nerding.